Hello, my name's Evelyn Millard. I hold a Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts from the University of South Australia. I graduated in 1986. I'm 70 years old. I was a successful postgraduate student that unfortunately ill health and envy from a professor put an end to my career when they wouldn't accept a late essay. I had chronic fatigue syndrome. I perform very well, but I have to work at my own pace, and it's not a disability that a previous person who became a dean found acceptable, and she persecuted me for 6 months and broke my health and my resolve to continue studying and doing something that I'm most excellent at, really. And I had the capacity to link Indigenous issues to fine arts business, and had every intention of doing so after I lost my career as a publisher and gallery director at the age of 37. I could no longer participate in the workforce because I can only work at my own pace from home. The city environment and it just exhausts me. I'm allergic to pollution, and I can't sustain effort consistently. I have to work when I can. And this I did. Saved all my work, as I could no longer participate in the gallery system after my health collapsed. And was about to sell it as a collection of unique works made outside the gallery system. I've won prizes, and people now covet my work, and some of them have got it squirreled away, waiting for me to die, apparently, when they think it'll be more valuable, to enrich themselves, and they won't help me at all, to become housed securely somewhere. I've been persecuted politically in Australia since I participated in the bridge protest at Goolwa from 1993, September 1990, late in September 1993, until I left that place, being hounded out really by people getting out of the house, making a lot of noise and being nasty to me wherever I go, and then some strange parasites got into the building and ruined my skin, and then the medical profession couldn't find any solution to it, and it just went on and on and on, and still doing so. It's a long story. I'll explain further in a series of videos. The thing is, though, that I want people to join me in a protest against the needless homelessness in Australia that's occurring, increasingly so. It's wiping out the ability of people to remain housed, and especially people on low incomes, including families and pensioners and young and old. Employed people also, while the government sits on its hands and puts its hands over its eyes hoping the problem will go away, like children do. They say, they're acting as if they're children who can't see the problem that their policies, economic and social, have led to, with negative gearing and lack of social housing, lack of affordable housing, and lack of cooperation from the investment community in providing anything that people can afford anymore. They'll rent you a hovel that makes you sick. But as for supplying a house that meets your needs, no one's interested in it. And when they build housing, they build one-bedroom units where you can't have a relative come and stay with you, or a friend, or if you fall ill, you can't have someone come and help you. So it's discrimination against people of all ages. We all have social lives and a right to have enough space to live in, and if we're confined to home, we ought to have at least another room to do arts and crafts in, or something. Their policy is to give one-bedroom home units. Most of them, go and swing a cat in. Regardless of what house you've moved from, you're supposed to shed everything and live in a life of somnolent consumerism, watching television, because it's about all there is room to do in public housing. Well, I struggled for 12 years in public housing and remained productive, but I had a space of, less than 3 square metres of floor space to work in and live in. Well, anyway, life is a cruel thing these days in Australia. I work my guts out to become an artist and to rise from working class circumstances to master English, essay writing and everything else from a home where we hardly had a book. It doesn't matter to the young people who now use all the infrastructure that people of my age and our ancestors put in place for them, without a thought, without a hint of gratitude from many of them, or recognition at all for our right to live at our old age in ways that suit us. We make jobs for insensitive youngsters and middle-class couldn't care less people who are housed, many on tenure in public services, on $2,000 a week. They stitched me up good and proper when I became critical of them. And the result is I'm homeless at the age of 70. And this is my view of the world. It's raining today. I can't do anything but sit in this van. I can't put my little tent up beside it and unload the stuff that's in it, so that I've got space to sit in it and so on. There's no room to draw. There's no room to do anything. I can't get out my computer and use it. It's not set up yet with a solar system that can run a computer. Even if there was a space, I need somewhere to put things to store them. I'm already paying $490 a month to store my life's work that they've made impossible for me to sell from this situation. And when I say they, I mean people in the Victorian government and people in the federal government who would not assist me. That I gave them fair warning that I would be made homeless and that all my assets could be lost and my life's work just buried or stolen. I have a right to use the degree I worked hard to obtain. I was a Commonwealth Scholarship winner. I'm not an idiot, but I'm treated like I'm one by young people who have no empathy. And I really am fed up with it, and so is everyone else in this situation, not all of whom have my advantages. They have no hope at all of securing the assistance to become housed again. It's a homelessness industry that makes jobs for people in the support industries, but they don't solve the problem. They administer to it, and they give you bugger all assistance. That's all there is to it. Something has to be done. Donations to charity organisations that do nothing and call themselves the Homelessness Gateway provide only a gateway to homelessness from which there's no return. If you cannot secure a property that you can afford to rent.